Homa Bay County, setting the tone for the devolution conference that has kicked off and runs until the 15th of August. Governor Njuki said that there's been a serious struggle on the part of counties when it comes to fully funding the health docket, as much of the resources are still in the hands of the Ministry of Health, which he pines should be left with a policy role only. According to Governor Njuki, the health budget at the Ministry of Health is more than double that of the counties combined. Yet health is fully devolved. Consequently, the COG Health Committee chairperson says the question of funding healthcare for counties has remained a key concern because of the meager resources allocated.
It is not a secret that there is competition for resources between the two levels of government in all ministries, not just health. Because the Ministry of Health headquarters, which is headed by the Cabinet Secretary, and of course by extension the Executive, also have roles to play. They feel they need to coordinate health, not just by delivering policy. They also need to be involved in changing the lives of the people. And therefore, services that are meant to be delivered by the county government, sometimes you find them being duplicated. And of course, that poses a challenge because the resources can never be enough. And therefore, we still feel a lot of resources are left at the national level in the ministries, where you find a ministry could be having a budget that is 2 times for a particular ministry, like health, 2 times the combined budget for all the counties for health. I still feel devolution is very young, and the national level of government has never really let go the devolved units of counties, or what we call the counties, because they still hold on a lot of resources that would be going to counties and helping counties directly if it's being administrated from the county level, without having to go into specific details.
Meanwhile, the government has now called on Kenyans who will turn up for the Kenya versus Zambia match on Sunday to uphold the set regulations by the Confederation of African Football, or CAF, failure to which Kenya could lose the rights to host the CHAN quarterfinals. FKF on its part says it will organize full fan zones where Kenyans will watch the match on Sunday in a bid to decongest the Kasarani Stadium. CAF has cut down the stadium capacity at Kasarani to 27,000 after a section of Kenyans stormed last Sunday's match without tickets, in addition to a $17,500 fine over the disturbances in the stadium.
We call on all supporters to strictly observe the following safety measures. Number 1, you are advised to purchase match tickets only from authorized online vendors, as online only e-tickets will be the valid form of entry and no printed versions. This is so important. In the last couple of games, we witnessed a lot of forgeries. We witnessed a lot of fake tickets being put into the market. So please only buy tickets from the official platforms that we have provided.
I said before that we are hosting CHAN and you need to have some good behaviors. This has not been fulfilled. CAF have taken decisions to fine FKF for the last 3 matches, which is unacceptable. We appreciate the support our spectators have given Harambee Stars. We appreciate the many supporters who have attended our matches from the beginning, both at Nyayo and Kasarani. But we are disappointed a bit because of the few who have violated regulations to break into the stadium and force their way through. CAF regulations are very clear. If you don't have a ticket, even the local regulations are very clear. If you don't have a ticket, don't go near the stadium. our fans have violated this. They have gone a long way to defy the police on duty and force their way into the stadium. This is not acceptable.
All right. Now, the government has defended the pay-as-you-eat meal plan for the Kenya Defence Forces officers, saying the officers have already been given a meal allowance to buy the meals. Starting July 1st, military personnel stationed in peacetime barracks have been footing the bill for their own lunches as the government scraps the long-running state-funded meal program in Kenya Defence Forces barracks. The ministry has defended the move, saying the current system is rigid, inefficient, and prone to logistical issues, such as long queues and duplicated rations when personnel are reassigned.
We've actually received reports, some positive directly from the officers themselves, saying that they actually encourage that they use the system. Some from politicians saying that it might not be a good system. I think this affords you an opportunity to clear the air and say exactly what is happening with our officers.
So did you involve them before coming up with this new policy? And just tell us clearly, how does it work?
The free lunch is replaced with an allowance. So there's an increment to the soldier. I don't think it touches at all on the issue of morale of our personnel. One, because it only applies to personnel within peacetime locations. Personnel within operation areas continue with a free meal plan as it has been. Personnel on training and other specialized assignments continue with the meal plan as it has been. So there is no issue at all. And actually, the pilot has taken off.
All right, let's take a look at the newspaper. Don't forget that in a couple of minutes, if you're living with somebody and a struggle na kamunyweso, and then you want to help them, claw back and win this battle. And when I say that, and it's not funny, because we are talking about almost every other family in the country is struggling or is living with somebody who's struggling with the alcohol and other drug abuse. It's a sickness, basically. And we'll be having conversation with David Ogot, a gentleman who can write that story from A to Z. We start off with the Star newspaper, and this is how it screams out. Protest brutality victims to receive payout next month. These are families of people who basically either lost their lives or people got injured during the protest. As long as they've been registered, they will be given some money. It's a good thing, I say, but at the same time, I don't know how to say it. Your loved one will not be coming back, but at least it's a good way of trying to help and compensate for the pain that has been felt. And then the Star, how last minute's change of heart saved 2 lives. 2 people were supposed to be in the bus that crashed, the AIC Naki High School bus that crashed at the Coptic roundabout in Kisumu. These 2 were supposed to be there. And then, they changed their heart and kaboom! They saved their lives. Taxpayers face 198 billion penalties for agencies and paid loans. Police brutality victims to get their payout. I've already mentioned that. Then we have McCarthy for 2027. Ghost Mulee warns Stars against Zambia complacency, urges ruthless finishing. All right. People starting to say that Makati should vie for presidency in 2027. Hey, Vane. Hey, Vane. Daily Nation, alarm as IEBC risks bungling mini polls. That's a headline that's screaming out today. And this is the reason why the poll agency has scheduled several parliamentary and ward by-elections for November 27, but the legality of the date has been contested by critics who argue it falls beyond the 90-day constitutional limit and exposes conduct of the vote to a legal challenge. Interesting, isn't it? And then there's an interesting story on, if you just look on the screen, the story down there, inside the Chan ticket scandal. There's a scandal. Hey, I'm telling you. TSC call for 24,000 interns stir protests by unions over poor pay. All right. IEBC opened itself up to a legal crisis with disputed November elections date. Ruto courts youth with bold promises. Then we have Murkomen, drugs gangs are Kenya's top security threats. KDF exempts soldiers in mission training from new pay-as-you-eat policy. MPs furious after British Army's local unit officials snub. Lawmakers threatened to rescind cooperation agreement, saying the foreign entity does not respect parliament. Okay. How many tickets are available for sale for Chan? Because when that thing is open, the portal is open, after around 2 hours, you're told the whole thing is packed. Now the number has been reduced to 27,000. Remember, this is a stadium with a capacity for 60,000. And it's because of Kenyans' bad habits. Standard, devolved corruption. And it's weird or strange that they have the pictures of Mike Sonko and Waitito, former governors Nairobi. And they also have Okotho Bado, of the former Migori governor, and former Samburu governor Moses Lenokulai. 12 years of graft, little for development. Yeah, this girl should be given an award or something. I'm talking about Auditor General Nancy Gathongo. I mean, the thing she's exposing, if there was a political goodwill to fight corruption in Kenya, corruption would be seeing Kenya and taking off. But unfortunately, there is no political will to fight corruption. Then we have counties defy Attorney General's directives, splash millions on legal firms as cases rise. Double delight for teachers as 45,000 clinch promotion. Back page ni maneno tu ya Chan. No room for ticket, less funds at Kasarani wants. Yep. Hii gazeti ni how much? Ni 60 bob. By the way, ukitaka hizi gazeti niambie, nitakutumia hii. Hizi nimenunua mwenyewe. I'll give them to you. Sindio? Sawa. In a couple of minutes, we look at how you can be able to claw back in the fight against drugs and other alcohol, or rather alcohol and other drugs abuse. I remember last week I said drugs and alcohol abuse, and David Ogod told me alcohol is also a drug. So it should be alcohol and other drugs abuse. So that's the situation. All right, we'll be having that conversation in a couple of minutes. If you're wondering who David Ogod is is the former late Member of Parliament, Grace Ogod. I mean, an icon in this country. He's the firstborn to Grace Ogod, and boy, did he take them through manenos. But now he's a good guy. He's managed to claw back back and take control of his life. But he's still an alcoholic because only one taste of it and he goes back to his mess. We have that story shortly. Don't go away.